Because I look at balloons and I'm like, it pops, I die.
Yeah, balloons. I am a huge supporter of supporter. What do I like balloons. I think they're underutilized, and I'm not out lobbying for them or bumper stickers. I heart ballooning. Like, no, it's not like that. But balloons are awesome. I mean, you can use a balloon as a satellite to relay a signal. That's your basic thing without having to put it in orbit. So there's one cool thing about them. They can be kind of insidious too. You can put a balloon up with a license plate reader and something to measure speed, and you can have the ultimate speed trap. So I mean, balloons are good and bad, but in space flight, put them up to the stratosphere. I mean, the companies that I covered in Spaceport Earth is called Worldview, and it's a bunch of real heavy-hitting space people. And since the company's done they've split off from their scientific to their human projects. So what they want to do is put humans in a gondola, any human, you, me, whoever can afford a ticket. You're not wearing a spacesuit. You're not wearing a pressure suit. You're not wearing a flight suit. You're wearing whatever you would wear to a bar, right? There is a bar in the gondola. You sit, you eat, you float up to the stratosphere. You can see the curvature of the Earth. You can see the ozone layer. You're not an astronaut, but you're pretty close, and you're not on a rocket. So you go up real nice and smooth, climate controlled, and you come right back down. And those flights actually they should have started already if they didn't the company made so much money doing scientific stuff that I think they sort of put the tourism part in the back seat. So they split into a new company. And now there's a tourism-specific balloon company that's setting up. And they were setting up in Tucson, but I think now they're going to be in Cape Canaveral. I mean, down in Florida. So I have to catch up on that. But Worldview, that's the best way of getting to quote unquote space that is going to be the most affordable for.
Yeah. So what are we looking at? Like 50 grand a ticket, 100 grand a ticket?
I think it's, talking pricing in any space is like 150 maybe or something like that, 100, something in that range. It'll go down if the gondolas get bigger.
So essentially they build a giant balloon how do you get back down?
How do you get back down any balloon? You just let some gas out.
Oh, God. That freaks me out so much.
It happens all the time. These are very well-known physics when it comes. Think about the physics of a rocket. How dynamic and insane those are. And how many things have to go right for it to
What do you know about blimps?
Blimps aren't as cool as balloons.
What's inside of a blimp?
Whatever you want to put in it. You mean in the gondola or the gas?
Like in Goodyear blimp. Like, how do those things work?
I'm not a Goodyear blimp expert necessarily, but yeah, no. Hey,
you look like you know everything. Let me just ask random questions.
Master bullshitter. They're lighter than aircraft, so hey, the difference in the balloon is that it's steerable and has propulsion. That's a dirigible. So the Goodyear blimp can move like this, whereas the balloon doesn't have that. It doesn't have those kinds of flight control surfaces. They use different dynamics to get up and down, basically. But there's like the ballooning competitions where you put the hot air balloon up and then wherever the wind goes, that's kind of where you're riding it. And hopefully you don't land in, Serbia or whatever it is. And, which is a true story that happened to one of them, during an international ballooning competition. They landed in a war zone and other people died in their huge updrafts. We did an article in Popper Mechanics I'd forgotten about until just this very second about ballooning, but it's not like that. These are precise up, down, right? Also, they're big and robust and have enough steering and capability to weather any conditions up there. And these days we know the weather conditions at every strata of the atmosphere.